If you're just getting started with Tinkercad Circuits, this beginner-friendly guide will walk you through the basics step by step, even if you've never built a circuit before. In this video, we'll cover how to access the circuit's dashboard, understand the workspace, learn how a breadboard works, and build a simple circuit using a battery, LED, and resistor. By the end, you'll know how to simulate your circuit and make small changes to see how everything behaves. If this video helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy tutorials just like this one. Alright, let's jump right in. First, open Tinkercad and sign into your account. Once you're inside the dashboard, look at the sidebar and click on Circuits. This is where all the electronics and circuit building tools live. After that, select Create New Circuit to open a fresh workspace. This is your starting point for building and testing projects inside Tinkercad Circuits. Now let's take a quick look around the workspace so you know where everything is. On the right side, you'll find the Components panel. This is where you can search for parts like breadboard, battery, LED, and resistor. In the center is the workspace, and this is where you drag and drop your components to build the circuit. Across the top, you'll see the toolbar, which gives you options to rotate parts, delete items, and even add notes if you want to label your project. Getting comfortable with these tools makes the whole process much easier. Before we build anything, it's important to understand how a breadboard works. On the breadboard, the two long vertical columns on the sides are the power rails. These are connected vertically, so they're perfect for distributing power across your circuit. In the middle section, the rows are connected horizontally in groups of 5. That means each group of 5 holes shares the same connection, which is how you join components together without soldering. Once you understand that layout, everything else starts to make much more sense. Now let's build a simple circuit. Start by dragging a 9-volt battery, a breadboard, an LED, and a resistor onto the workspace. Place the resistor so that one end sits in the same row as the positive leg of the LED, also known as the anode. This resistor is important because it limits the current and helps protect the LED from burning out. Next, connect the battery's red positive wire to the other end of the resistor. Then connect the battery's black negative wire directly to the LED's negative leg, or cathode. Once those connections are made, your basic circuit is complete. At this point, it's a good idea to check everything carefully before running the simulation. Make sure the resistor is in the correct row, the LED is facing the right way, and the wires are connected to the correct battery terminals. A small wiring mistake can stop the circuit from working, so double-checking now can save you time later. Now click Start Simulation. If the LED lights up brightly, that means your circuit is wired correctly. If it doesn't light up, go back and review each connection one by one. Tinkercad makes this process really helpful because you can test your design safely without needing any physical components. It's a great way to learn how circuits work before building them in real life. One of the best parts of Tinkercad Circuits is that you can experiment freely. Click on the resistor and change its value, for example from 1K ohms down to 220 ohms, and then watch how the LED brightness changes. This is a simple but powerful way to understand how resistance affects current in a circuit. You can also click any wire to change its color or delete it if you need to clean up your design. And if you want to adjust a part, just click on any component to rotate it or change its properties in the small pop-up window, such as resistance or battery voltage. As you keep practicing, try rebuilding the same circuit a few different ways so you get used to placing components and making clean connections. The more you use Tinkercad Circuits, the easier it becomes to understand breadboards, wiring, and simulation. It's a fantastic tool for beginners because it lets you learn by doing without any risk. So that's how to use Tinkercad Circuits for beginners and build a simple working circuit from scratch. If this tutorial helped, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next step-by-step guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.